Hello students, today we are going to end the chapter that is the era of one party dominance. Now today we are going to discuss with the third part. So first point goes Congress as social and ideological coalition. So let's go through the point. Now Congress evolved from its origin in 28 December 1885 by A.O. Hume as a pressure group for the newly educated professional and commercial classes. So this is how Congress has emerged. Later it transformed into a mass political party. The Congress began as a party dominated by the English-speaking upper caste, upper middle class and urban elite. So these were the peoples constituted in it. It brought together diverse groups like peasants and industrialists, urban dwellers, villagers, workers, caste workers, and all found space in Congress. So every members of the society found importance in that party. Okay. Now Congress accommodated the revolutionary and the pacifist, conservative and the radicalist, extremist and the moderate, and the right, left, all shades of the center. So it involved every section of the people. So these terms are being implemented there. So this was the Congress as social and ideological coalition. Then comes Socialistic Party. Now let's see the Socialistic Party. It is formed in 1948 by Acharya Narayan Dev. This party believed in the ideology of democratic socialism. They criticized the Congress for favoring capitalistic and landlord, for ignoring the workers and the peasants. Okay. The Socialistic Party got split into many socialistic parties. These include Kisan Mazdoor Prayas Party, the Praja Socialistic Party, Samyukt Socialistic Party, and Jayaprakash Narayan, Ashok Mehta, Acharya Narendra Dev, Ram Mohan Loria, S.M. Joshi were among the leaders of the Socialistic Party. So this party was basically looking into the working class who were ignored by the landlords and the capitalistic lords, and they were only looking into the welfare of the peasants. Okay. Now comes the Bharatiya Jana Sangh. Okay. Now Bharatiya Jana Sangh was formed in 1951 by the Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Okay. The Jana Sangh was different from other parties in terms of ideologies and programs. It emphasizes the idea of one country, one culture, one nation, and believed that country could become modern, progressive, etc. So this party basically wanted a one country, one party, one culture, and everything in a one nation, and this would provide them with progress. So this was the motive of the or idea of that party. The party called for a reunion of India and Pakistan in Akhand Bharat. He wanted a reunion, or this party wanted a reunion. Okay. These party leaders include Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Balraj Madhok. The Bharatiya Janata Party trace in its root to the Bharatiya Jana Sangh. Okay. So this was the ideologies or ideas of Bharatiya Janata Party. Now there comes the emergence of opposition parties. Okay. Now some of the diverse opposition parties had come in existence before the first general election in 1952 as non-Congress parties. So opposition parties came into existence before the first general election. They also got the chance to representation in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. These parties maintain a democratic character of the system. These offered a criticism based on principles to keep the ruling party under check. Okay. These parties prepare the leaders also to play an important role in shaping the country. In earlier years, there were a lot of respect between the leaders of Congress and the opposition party, that is the interim government, included even opposition leaders like Dr. Ambedkar, Jayaprakash Narayan, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee into their cabinets. So there was before, at that time, there was lot of respect between the opposition parties and the ruling parties, but in nowadays the scenario has been changed. So let's go to the first opposition party, that is the Communist Party of India. Now in early 1920s, communist groups emerged in different parts of India. Okay, from 1935 the communists worked mainly with the Indian National Congress. This party believed in communism. Communist Party was primarily secular, modern and also authoritarian. It separates from Congress in December 1941 and decides to support the British rule in their war against Nazi Germany. Okay. In 1951, Communist Party abandoned the path of violent revolution and decided to participate in general election. So they were abandoned the violent revolution and joined the general election. In first general election, CPI won 16 seats and emerged in the largest opposition parties. Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal and Bihar, Kerala supported this party. A.K. Gopalan, S.A. Dange, P.C. Joshi and Ajay Ghosh were among the main leaders of CPI. Okay. So this is how the Communist Party emerged, that is the opposition party emerged, and the dominance were there in the parties of, like, in the states of West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, etc. Okay. Now comes the Swatantrata Party. Now Swatantrata Party was formed in August 1959 after the Nagpur resolution of the Congress. Okay, this party led to the old congressmen like C. Gopalacharya, K. M. Munshi and N. G. Ranga. It emphasized on the free economy and less involvement in the government in controlling the economy. So this motive of the Swatantra Party was this, that the government should not poke their nose in the financial autonomy and there should be a free economy. Okay. It criticized the policy of NAM and favored to have closer relation with the USA. Okay, this means criticized NAM and wanted to be closer with USA to gather the benefits. Okay, now this was a part 3 of era of one party rule or one party dominance. I hope you have gathered some knowledge and content, understood the content from this video. So thank you, students. Okay.